Let's get busy then. So let's get this done. Okay. So yesterday we were talking about average count, maximum, minimum. Any questions about any of those? Huh? Uh-huh. So any of the functions, let's click in B10. If we want to use the sum function, the fast way, what do we do? Each step at a time, what do we do first? We select what? We select what class? We select what class? What's the first step? The first step when you're using a function, when you're using a function in a formula, what's the first step? Select the step where you want the results to show, right? So we're gonna select B10 in the calculations worksheet. What's the next step? Step number 2. We are using a function. Home tab. What group? Editing group. And what do we look for? Auto, okay, sum, right? So then what do? We click on the auto sum. The formula is entered. Then what do? the formula is entered, then there are only 3 steps. Click the cell where you want the results to show. Click auto sum in the editing group on the home tab. And then the last thing is to do what? The last thing is to do what? When you enter anything in a cell, what do you have to do? The third step is finalize. So we're gonna press enter to finalize. And then press enter again to go to B12. If we want to find an average, using the average function, what's the first thing we have to do? We are doing it the fast way. We're using the average function. What do we do first? Select the cell where you want your results, then editing group. Click the drop down arrow by auto sum and then click average. Unfortunately, Excel, well, when you use the function, the cell where you want the results to show, for Excel, it needs to be right below the cell that you're using to calculate. So that's why Excel does what it does, right? Because it is assuming that the cells in the formula are right above or to the right or to the left of the cell that you selected to enter the results. So we have to fix it, right? Okay, let's go ahead on fixing it. What are we gonna select? We select B4 to B9. And then what do we do? What do we do? The last step is to finalize. So let's press enter to finalize. So everybody remembers what the average is, what you have to do to get the average? Okay. Okay, so now count. We're gonna do it the fast way. What do we have to do first? Select the cell where you want the result. Number 2. Drop down arrow. We click what? Count numbers. And again, Excel thinks that the cells are close by. So we have to select it for Excel. So what are we gonna select? B4 to B9. And the last thing is to, let's press enter to finalize. Okay, now the maximum. So first, what does count do? What does count do?
How many numbers?
Carmen, say that again.
It counts the cells with data. With numbers.
Not data.
With numbers.
Numbers only.
Divided by enter the data.
Count. No, we're talking about count. We're talking about count. Right, we're talking about count.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the cell, we enter the data, in each cell, we enter.
The county, this,
Carmen, repeat that again, please. Carmen, repeat that. Excuse me, Carmen, please, come on.
How the cell be numbered, remember that what has been made, yes, the name. The different.
Not data. Data is numbers, text, symbols. That's data. Right? You have to be specific. Count only count cells that have numbers in them. Right? And why would we use count? Right? For instance, you have, let's say you're graduating. And you have to, for everything for graduation, you have to pay $300, right? So instead of paying it all at once, you make deposits, right? So then I'm keeping the record of everyone who deposits, right? So if I want to know how many students have deposited anything, right? I use the count to count all the cells that have numbers in them, right? Because that tells me how many students have provided deposits, right? It's not gonna count the students who haven't given any deposits yet.
Okay, what about if somebody else really paid?
Huh?
If someone else really paid?
No, don't extend it. Please don't extend it. Just leave it there.
Sorry,
Don't extend it. Let's just leave it there. Because it's only gonna count the cells where students have made deposits. Where students have paid something. So I don't want to extend that to, what about students who have paid everything? What about students who paid half? No, we don't want to extend it. We just leave it right there where we're talking. We're talking about finding out how many students made deposits already, right? And so that's gonna count all the cells that have deposits. And then we'll know if there are 50 students, we know what? 35 made deposits. So that means that, what, 15 haven't made any deposits. So
so if there's anybody that was really paid, if you don't count this, that what I'm saying.
we're saying that we're not going there. We're not gonna talk about who has paid fully and who hasn't. We're just talking about using count to count the cells that have numbers in them. Okay, so maximum, what does maximum do?
Number.
The what?
If there's nobody in the set.
Right. Okay, so let's do it the fast way. Where do we go?
the cell that.
What do you do first?
Select what.
The cell that where we want the result. Next step number 2, what group? What command? Auto sum, drop down arrow, then we click what? Max. So then we have to help Excel, right? So let's go ahead and help Excel, B4 to B9. And then last thing, finalize. Let's finalize with enter. Now the last one is minimum. What does minimum do?
The smallest, show the smallest number.
Right. So we're gonna use the fast way, minimum as well. So first step,
Select the cell.
where you want the result to show. Then
Editing.
What command?
Others, others,
Okay, and then which one do we choose?
you choose minimum.
Min. There, and again, we have to help Excel. B4 to B9. And last, finalize, so you just press enter to finalize. So we're gonna do some things because we want to talk about inserting charts. Wait 1 minute, let me see my basics. Okay, here. Let's go to our basics of Microsoft Excel 2016. We are on page 27. Okay, so someone volunteered to read the last 3 paragraphs on page 27. The last 3 paragraphs. The last 3 paragraphs. Mhm.
It's important to know that whenever you change the value in a cell, that is part of the formula. Excel automatically recalculates the result. And the display will change immediately in the cell, but the result is displayed. When you enter percentage in the formula.
Percentages.
In the formula in Excel, you should enter it with the percent symbol or unless decimal. You can use the fill handle or fill tool to copy a formula you have entered in the worksheet to cell to the right of the cells below that are calculating the cell. The cell addresses in the formula just automatically so that the cell where the formula is copied to will display the correct results.
Okay, so talking about when you change numbers, right? So you're doing your budget and you realize that, oh, wait, in February, the bill for electricity was this amount, but I put that amount. So you go and you change it. We're gonna talk about that. And then the second is using the fill tool to fill in formulas. We talked about using the fill tool to fill in text, days of the week, months of the year, fill in numbers, the same number, filling in a series of numbers, a sequence of numbers. Now we're going to look at using the fill tool to fill in formulas. Okay, let's go to our Excel workbook. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the way you put your first name in the month of March. Put any number in there and finalize. Now you see, now you don't have that error, right? So let's go to February also. We left out the rent in February, so we're gonna enter the month, the rent of February, but I want you to check cell C10 when you enter the first number in February, okay? So in C4, go back, enter the 2,000 for rent. and then press enter and look at C10.
Change.
It automatically updates. Did everyone see that?
Yes.
Any questions about that?
So it calculate the average with input.
Okay, let's enter for gas. And press enter and it updates again. But not only does it update for in C10, it also updates for average, it updates for count. Did everyone notice that?
Yes.
Okay. So now the next thing. In accounting, whenever you have a total, not a subtotal, a total, the final total, accountants always write a double line below the total, the final total. So there's a formatting in Excel that you can use to do that. And when you use that formatting, it tells anyone that reads that worksheet, that's the final total. Okay? So we're gonna select B10 through B to F10. B10 to F10. B10 to F10. But before we do that, I want to show you that each cell, each of those cells have a formula. B10 has a formula, C10 has a formula, D10 has a formula, E10 has a formula, and F10 has a formula, right? There are formulas there. Okay. So when we select them, B10 through F10,
Can you show me the formula, please?
okay. Wait, let me stretch it. Let me,
How did you get it out?
just clicking B10 and look in the formula bar. Click in B10, look in the formula bar. You'll see the formula. Do you see it?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then we're gonna go to the Home tab, Styles group. Look for the Styles group. Styles group. We're gonna look for Cell Styles. Cell Styles. Let's click Cell Styles. And look where you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 4, then title, then total. Click total. Everyone sees total?
Yes.
Wow.
Click total, and then click away. So that tells anyone that reads this worksheet, okay, that's the final total. Yes. What? Why are you doing that? I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't ask you to do that. I was just click formula. I didn't ask you formula. I didn't ask you to do that. I don't want you to show the formulas. I was just showing you the formula.
Wow, thank you.
I said you put a number where you have your name in March. Look where you have your name in March, look for March, month of March, see where you have your name? Add, change it to a number.
Any number.
Number, please. Finalize the sentence. So let's the brother. You're not gonna have the same number because they're.
Yeah, I enter already, let's say 85.
What? Please don't check your, you have the same number. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so we could see when we click in B10 and we look in the formula bar, we have a formula there. We click in C10, we have a formula there. We click in D10, there's a formula there. We click in E10, there's a formula, and we click in F10, we have a formula. But you can see all the formulas are different, right?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, is this my evening practice or is this? Oh no, this is AM, okay. Okay, so in cell B10, what formula do you have in B10?
So you go.
Oh, you have auto sum. Okay, great.
Numbers.
Uh-huh. So we want, let's go ahead and click C10. C10, C10 to F as in Frank 10. C10 to F10, and we're gonna delete. Press delete. Right?
Okay.
F10, F as in Frank, select them. And then delete what's in there. So,
Empty.
so when we click cell B10, we have already entered a formula and got our total, right? So we want to use autofill to fill the other cells from February, March, April, and May, to fill them with that same formula, right? Or just if you haven't done any calculations yet, right? You have, let's say, January to December. You haven't done any calculations, you only calculated for January. Instead of calculating for February, calculating for March, calculating for April, and so on, you can just use the fill handle to calculate for all of them, right? If you are doing the same thing for all of them, right? If you are going to add all of them, then you use you can autofill for all of them. If it's the average, then you're gonna do the average for all of them, okay? In this case, we're gonna do addition, right? It's adding, we're using the sum function. So let's get our autofill. Remember, Excel has this thing of making words sound similar, right?
Yeah.
That is autofill. And AutoSum is the function. Right? Autofill is one thing, AutoSum is something else. So we are using autofill, and we're going to fill all the way to May. All the way to May. Now, if we click in if we click in C10 and look in the formula bar, you can see that now it is equal sum, and the range is C4 to C9. Now let's click D as in David 10. Here, the range is D4 to D9.
Excuse me, ma'am. I got different, same answer.
What?
I got same answer for all of them, when I all of you.
Because you must have not had a formula.
Okay.
This is how I was.
What happened?
I have the same answer.
She had a formula in there?
Yeah, she has the formula, but she has.
Same answer.
What is it?
But when I tried to call you to use my
Okay. So select C10 to that, and go from one, zero. Third one is seven.
And did you say again? Our field is different than
AutoSum.
our.
Mhm.
Now.
Yeah.
Autofill is the cursor. auto sum is the function
Thank you.
Mhm. You know, I think probably what happened, no, I'm sorry. No.
That should copy everyone, right? It doesn't matter the way that it is.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know what happened. It is something.
yeah. Mhm. Okay, so any questions, class? Okay, so now let's do for average. So let's select C12 to E12 and delete. C12 to E12. That's where we had data from yesterday. Okay, let's use autofill. So select B12. And we're going to autofill all the way to May.
Ms. Yolanda.
The B was pretty,
B12 to F12. Let's do the same for count. You have a question, Elizabeth?
Yes, I don't know why my computer is, instead of doing what you're doing with yours, mine's pops out, you know, like when you do the right click and it gives you a menu. And then it asks me to do certain things, but it's not doing and it's not showing what you're
Yeah,
telling
your
me to do.
screen, let's see. You okay, Delia? So this is the same thing we did last night, Delia.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes, I can see. Thank you.
You know how right now you say to erase, right?
I'm
Delete. the-
sorry, speak a little louder. Wait 1 minute, let me increase my speaker sound. Go ahead, what were you saying?
You know how you said that to delete the info that we had here, right? And then to autofill, and look what it shows me when I do the autofill. It says copy cells, fill formatting only, fill without formatting, flash fill, and then the rest is gray.
Okay, so I don't know why you're getting that, but
It was like that since yesterday, but I don't know what, did I touch something or
but
mine's
it didn't
different?
happen when you did
Right now, yeah,
row 10, right? It didn't happen when you did row 10.
yes,
The same thing happened when you did row 10?
yeah, so I had a,
Undo, undo, undo. No, undo. Undo again. Undo. Okay, redo,
I had to do it one by one on its own.
redo, and then select C10 through F10, select C10 through F10, C10. Delete. Now do autofill again. Okay, click in F10. H, Oh, look at your formula. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, let's see what the problem is here. Okay, give me remote control. Look at the formula there in B10. Look at that formula.
Equal sum D4 to D9.
Yeah. That formula shouldn't be that.
Yeah, so the reason why it's like that, at first when we were doing this, right, it wasn't appearing on mine's the way it was appearing on yours. It was appearing all the numbers instead.
Okay, let's clear
And-
all formatting. One moment, let's clear all formatting. Okay. Now let's try auto sum again. There, control enter. There, so now we have the right. Now try to autofill to May. Okay, so now do the average. There.
Okay, thank you.
You okay, Delia?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Some computer shows that this is not.
okay, okay. So yeah, mine did also, but I didn't think to share with students to fix it. So, so class, especially in average, right? In average, let me undo to show how how mine was. You see, my average, the decimal places was more than 2,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So the ones, wherever you have more than 2 decimal places, go ahead and select them.
One by one.
And then you go to the home tab, number group.
Okay. Whenever you have two decimal places,
No, no, it's wrong.
I don't think it hurts either. If you don't have it, okay, then just the one that the next one, or the one that just more than one. So this one is the. Yeah, that you have, then this one, this one, that's not. At the point, we have like 4 decimal, you know, that is select that one. We selected that one because we already have. And now.
Tell you what, let's select all from B12 through F12. B12 to F12. And we're gonna go to the home tab, number group. Home tab, number group. We're gonna look below the number formatting box. Everyone remembers what the number formatting box is? The one that has general in it, right? Or it might not have general. Yeah, it has general in it. So right below that, let me show you what we have below that. Below you have the $sign. If you put your mouse pointer on it, what does the screen tip say?
Hit number 4.
So if you click the arrow to the right of that, you can change to the English pound, the euro, Chinese, yuan, I think it is, the French, CHF. You can switch to any of those monetary symbols. But also, it will apply the accounting number format. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's select B4 through F as in Frank, 9. B4 to F as in Frank, 9. We're gonna go to the Home tab, number group,
You said B was. B was.
select B4, B as in boy 4, to F as in Frank, 9. Okay, and we're gonna go to that command, the accounting number format, and let's change it to Euro. Let's change it to Euro. And you see, it applies the accounting formatting where the monetary symbol is all the way on the left side of the cell.
I don't understand you. Is it English? Okay, you.
Euro.
You, right?
Euro.
Oh, okay.
And then to the right of the accounting number format, we have percent style. So this, I'm just gonna show you, you don't have to do this. If we do this here, we get the same thing as if when we click the drop down and click percentage, right? So we don't do that. We don't use this. And then we have the comma style format. So let's select B10 through F10.
Okay.
So if you choose this comma style, go ahead and click comma style. It's different from the, remember the number format gives you a decimal place and 2 decimal places. The currency gives you the dollar sign, the comma, the decimal point, and the 2 decimal places. And the accounting does the same. It's just that the dollar sign is placed in different places. But this comma style is different from all of those other ones because you get the comma, the 1,000 separators, you get the decimal point, and you get the 2 decimal places. But you don't get a monetary symbol like the dollar or the euro. You don't get that. So it's different from these that we did here. Number, currency, and accounting. Different from those. And then now let's select B12 to B as in boy 12 to F as in Frank 12. Now to the
B10 to L, are we going to apply comma?
yes.
Okay. Okay, you should.
And now select B as in boy 12 through F as in Frank 12. And now we're going to look at the next ones. Increase decimal places. Go ahead and increase decimal places twice. All right. And then to the right of that, you have decreased decimal places. So let's remove all the decimal places. Go ahead and decrease until you remove all your decimal places.
Made a mistake.
Oh,
Right? Okay, so we want to have only 2 decimal places, right? So let's add 2 decimal places.
You have decrease. Decrease the line. Decrease again. If you don't have this, decrease.
But you can have as many decimal places as you want. You can have as many decimal places as you want, right? But usually we just want 2.
If you don't
We usually just want 2.
by two, right?
Yes, we only want 2. Okay, so let's any questions? Any questions?
You go back to the regular. So last time. So we don't get one.
You can do it.
You can just say that, photo of the view, but a lot of section.
Huh?
Just select the whole thing, the lot side.
Okay, so now we are back to count and we are using, so we're gonna delete, we're gonna select C13 to D13 and delete what's there. Right, I think we did do the, so delete C13 to F as in Frank 13, delete all of that. Now we're gonna click in B13.
Hold on, Mark, please. That's a report that select for. Now we will select
Okay, so select B as in boy 13, and we're gonna autofill till May. There we go. And you can see in C13, we have the formula that calculates only for column C. And in D13, we have a formula that calculates only for column D. And so the same for column E and the same for column F. So the autofill fills in the formulas, but it makes it specific to the row or column that you are filling in. Any questions or comments? Okay, let's do B14. Let's use autofill all the way till May.
Did you say B or T?
B as in boy 14. And use autofill all the way to May. And do the same for minimum. Autofill all the way to May. And each of these, if you click in them, will have a formula in them. Any questions? Each of these has a formula. Okay, so let's take our break. Let's be back at 10:20. Let's see if we can continue with the happy music. Okay. I'm not, okay, there we go. Okay, let's click the insert tab on the ribbon. And go to the charts group. And you can see in the charts group, we have recommended charts. Go ahead and put your mouse pointer on each of them. You can see they have a whole bunch of amazing charts that you can use in Excel. But we're only going to discuss two types. We're going to discuss the insert column or bar chart and the insert pie or donut chart. We're also going to talk about the recommended charts. So you use charts depending on what you want to display. And why do we use charts? So imagine that you have this worksheet just full of numbers. And you're looking and trying to figure out, well, how much is all of this? How much is all of that? And it is so difficult for you to just look and try to put everything in perspective. So charts is a picture of your data, right? And that picture gives you all the information that you need about the data that you have in that worksheet, or the data that you selected to show in the chart. So let's see how it works. Any questions so far? Okay. So, like I was saying, you use different charts for different purposes. The pie chart is very limited. It's very limited what you can see in a pie chart. If you need a lot of data, to show a lot of data, you would use the column or bar chart. If you need just a limited amount of information, you would use the pie chart. So now, it all depends on what data you want to show. So if you want all of this, all of your monthly budget, you'd have to select the headings at the top and the headings on the left. You do not insert the totals right. You don't insert the totals. So we're going to select A3 through F as in Frank 9. A3 through F as in Frank 9. A3 through F as in Frank 9. Okay. So now we go to Insert tab, Charts group. We're gonna start with recommended charts. So let's click recommended charts. Recommended charts is best to use because it will tell you which one is best, which chart is best. And you can see there are no pie charts here because it knows that the pie chart is not able to give you all of that information. So you have these two at the top that look nice. Actually, the first and the third one for me look the best. If I scroll down, actually that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one is not too bad. So let's go back to the top. Let's try, let me see. The third one. Does your third one look like this?
Mhm.
Okay, let's choose that one. And click OK. To move your chart, make sure you click on the outside border and then you can drag it and put it where you want it to go. Okay. So when you choose this layout, you can see on the left, you have the numbers. At the bottom, you have the months. You have January, February, March, April, May. And at the bottom, you have the legend. The legend. It's not, doesn't mean, you know, legend like someone famous or someone that has a history. We're talking about, huh? No, it's telling you what each color is. It tells you that the dark blue is rent, the brown is electricity, the gray is gas, the orange is phone, the light blue is groceries, and the green is internet. Okay, that's what the legend is telling you. So you're able to see that, oh, wow, rent takes up most of my monthly bills. Except for March. You can see in March, your what's that? Electricity went up. Woo! In March, look how much it tripled the amount of electricity that you use in the other months. And your internet is probably the cheapest thing on there, right? Because that green is the smallest. So you can do that. And it's easier to look at a picture and get all of the information that you need. Let me see, there's a plus sign on the right side. There's a plus sign on the right. Right. So if you want other information, you can add other information. If you want a different chart style, you can choose a different chart style, right to the bottom of the plus sign. Oh, these are nice. These are nice. These are nice. These are nice. Let me see this one. Oh. I thought I liked it, but I don't. And then that last one that looks like a funnel, you use to edit your data. Okay, let's delete. Let's click the outside border of your chart. Any questions before we delete? Any questions or comments?
Last one, they will put, for the.
This one, the funnel,
That is,
The new,
huh?
that one,
What about it?
yeah, I need to.
No, we're not gonna talk about it. I just,
I think it's good.
okay, let's delete. Okay. So now let's go back to the insert tab. Now click to on select, click in your worksheet to unselect. So, so if you don't want to use recommended charts, and you know that you want to use the insert column or bar chart, right? Let's go back and select A3 through F as in Frank 9. A3 to F as in Frank 9. Got it? Okay, so go to the insert tab, charts group. And we're gonna look for the insert column or bar chart. Let's click on it and look at this. You have some options. You have 2D. You remember 2D is, this is 2D. Three- 3D, this is 3D. Uh-huh.
You said insert tab. So I click on insert. Go to where?
What are we talking about?
Click on it or the.
which one?
We are looking at the insert column or bar chart. Insert column or bar charts. So you can put your mouse pointer on each of them to get a preview of which one you might want to choose. Three D bar, 3D bar, 3D. Okay.
Miss Yolanda,
Uh-huh.
the 2Ds and the 3Ds are sizes like.
But you can put your mouse pointer on each and see what each looks like. Oops. Okay, so now this one is different, right? Now this, I'm sorry, the one that I chose, I don't know which one you chose. The one that I chose, this is one that is difficult to read though. This one has percentages. Okay, I don't want this one. This one is too difficult to read. Let me try that again. Okay, I'll stick with this one. It gives me dollar amounts instead of percentages. And you can see your data in your worksheet, how it's highlighted. So this one, the legend shows January, February, March, April, and May. So your rent in January, oh, these are difficult to read, geez. Internet for, okay, so rent for January, February, March, April, May, all the same, right? Electricity was highest in March. And gas was steady. The price of gas was steady. The price of phone was steady. Groceries increased and decreased just a little bit. And internet was steady. So once you start looking at it, sometimes you look at it as like, oh no, too confusing. But once you take your time and look at each, look at the color, look what the color signifies.
I'm sorry, but I can't help with that yet.
Is that saying it's
Oh, geez.
Number is just for rent, for all the months, right? January,
No,
February, March.
Well, the bottom, it tells you the month, right? So dark blue is January. So red, this is dark blue is January. The brown is February. The gray is March. The yellow is April. And the May is the light blue. Electricity for January was low. For February, a little higher. For March,
Because you change the number where we are.
ah,
Because you change the amount of electricity that you use in March. You change it from.
Who's telling us that the price is fixing?
oh, when we, so we all are looking different.
Yeah.
So, and then grocery, January, February, March, April, May. The hotter it got, the cold months, you didn't need too much. And then the hotter it got, the more you ate.
This really, at a glance, but see.
Right. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, let's click the border of that and press delete on your keyboard. Okay, so this time we're going to use the pie chart. So well, let's say we select all of this, right? A3 through F as in Frank 9. A3 through F as in Frank 9. And we go and we choose a pie chart. Go to the Insert tab, Charts group, and look for Insert Pie or Donut Chart. When you click on it, you have 2D, and look, you can see a preview. You have your 2D, you have your 3D, and you have your donut. I like the 3D pie. Okay, so you can see all your data in the worksheet is highlighted. Okay. So here, the pie chart, it's only giving us for January. We selected for all the months, but it's only giving us for January. See what I mean? That the pie chart is limited. You can only show certain things on the pie chart. You cannot show the same thing that you show on your column chart. It's not, you can't do it on a pie chart. So you have to pick parts to display on a pie chart,
So you have to be month by month.
right? Or rent electricity that way. Okay, let's delete this. Let's click the border and press delete on your keyboard. And now we're gonna select. So let's say we want the month of May. The month of May. So you have to select this part in column A first. So you're gonna select A3 through A9. A3 through A9. And then if we want, it's non-contiguous selecting. Remember when we did non-contiguous selecting? Remember, we select one thing, then we press the control key and then select the other things. Remember that? So now we're going to do that. We selected A3 through A9. Now we're going to select F3 through F9. So we're gonna have to use two hands. Remember, the left hand, you can use one finger for the control key. But if you're using your mouse, it's gonna be different. The other finger to press the left mouse button, and then your hand to select. So here we go. Control, left mouse click. Oops, I did something. Sorry about that. Control, left mouse click, and then select.
And then you use the mouse and click the drag.
May. We select F3 through F9. F3 to F9.
Self-control.
Yeah, we select that first. A3 through A9. And then, so put it by name. Now press the control key. Use this to press down.
Hold and drag. Okay.
You got it on? Timothy, you got it?
Hold. Then with this finger. And then
No.
now do it like.
No, remember when you said there's always one cell. There's always one cell that's white. And you said that. Okay.
There's a name we can put for this technique.
For what?
For this technique.
Oh, non-contiguous? Non-contiguous.
No.
Non-contiguous. 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 Remember, contiguous or touching, right? Like in the United States, there are 48 contiguous states. They are all connected, touching each other. Alaska and Hawaii are non-contiguous, right? They're not touching.
For example, this is regular,
Mhm.
all of these cells are contiguous. But then you have to select the other ones that are not contiguous. They are not contiguous.
Okay, Claire? Any other questions? Okay, so let's go to the insert tab, click the insert tab. We are using let's try recommended charts. Let's see what it recommends. Ooh, it recommends the pie chart as well, but look at the pie chart. The pie chart is not very nice. So let's close that. Now let's go to the pie chart. Click on the pie chart and choose the one that you want. Click. There you go. There's your pie chart. Okay, so this is for May. And the legend is at the bottom.
Well, you're not sure.
The legend is at the bottom. Dark blue is rent. Brown is electricity. Gray is gas. Orange is phone. Light blue is, come on, let me finish, please. Light blue is groceries and green is internet.
Yeah, but my own is not showing the month. Can you explain it?
Delete it. Delete it.
May, this is May. Yeah, good, you.
Just change the name, that's it.
It's not showing that it's for month of May. That's what I'm saying. You are
Right,
doing May.
just change that.
Oh, I see.
Three hertz, five, it shows, so you choose it like that. And then it shows the regular. Five. It shows the 3D. It shows the 3D, it gives me the month. But the one I keep showing. You have to enter the 1%. Yes. Oh, it is, oh, okay. Yes, yes. Well, wait, is it more time? Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing 3D, but you can do it.
She got the same thing that.
It was how it was selecting, for some reason it was how it was selecting, so I think whichever one you want.
We're gonna give us the same thing and have to do. Okay, let's do it like.
Yeah, it was there.
Okay, let's
Wait,
do it.
hang on.
It's very good. Okay.
But then show them what they did.
Oh, no, I have to select more than two.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, May 24th, and we are doing announcements a little bit earlier because of absence. Teachers, please remember to send your 5 students per class listed for April's Student Persistence Award if you have not done so. To room 110 at 11:30. Also remember, there is a job fair happening in the Harbor Street parking lot. It is happening now from 10:30 until 1 p.m. Please remember to come out if you're looking for a job, students, very interested. Today is a special food giveaway for Asian American Pacific Heritage Month. At dismissal time, in the first floor hallway, we will be giving away food in honor of this month's celebration. This is a reminder that on Thursday, there is a tenants' right workshop by Housing Counseling Services. That will be at 11:45 a.m. Please ask for the link. It will be a virtual workshop. At Friday, please join the Zoom celebration party at 2:30 p.m. It is an AAPI Heritage Month celebration. Thank you. Have a great day.
But did you select it? You don't have selected date,
No, it is. It is, but you don't see it here.
Okay.
It is selected, but you don't see it.
Okay.
But if you don't select all of that,
Because I.
right, because we have to,
Oh,
right, and that's too much. So one thing that we can do with this, right, if you choose this, the 3D, the 3D will give you the name at the top, right, May. And then it gives you the legend at the bottom. Dark blue is red, brown is electricity, gray is gas, orange is phone, light blue is groceries and internet. But you don't see the percentage, you only see the pie. You don't know what the percentage is, right? So you go to the plus sign on the right, click on it. What's the matter? Oh, there it goes. Okay, and then you get this chart elements. So you want data labels? You can choose what type of data labels you want. Center, inside, outside, best fit, data call out. See those? Everyone able to see those? So you can choose how it shows the amount. Let me try the data call outs. I like that
I
one.
like it, so you guys are like, hey,
So there we go.
oh,
Then we have to click on the plus sign again to remove it. Chart styles. You want a different one? You want this? Or this? Or this? Or this? I'm gonna choose that. Or you can change the color as well, right? You can change the colors. But don't do that.
how do we change color?
Yeah.
What do we
See
change?
here at the top, you have style and color. I click the second one below the plus sign on the right.
The style of color.
And that's the one that I want. However, phone is covering gas, right? So I'm not sure how I can move this. Oh, there it goes. That's better. And I can move this out a little bit, like that.
So what did you do? That one?
Which one? I just moved them so one wasn't covering the other one. You put your mouse pointer on it and you can just move it. Or you can just move it. See? Huh?
I don't know.
No, you have to choose this, you have to choose this.
Yeah, I
You
did that.
choose, you chose this like this?
No, it's not like that.
Okay, that's how you do it. You have to choose this one,
I
like
do
this.
the same thing, but how is stuff I can still. I have the same thing like the mine is not much.
Here's the outfit. I can click the border and I can drive it. I can use this. Click the border, drive it, I can click it.
Which one do you want out of the previous one? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Those, I would think would be the same thing. Like, what am I asking? What am I asking? What am I asking?
Which one you want to vote?
But which one you want to vote? Which one?
May, June, grocery, internet.
No,
Then click the border and drive. No, click the border. Yes, the border. The border. Click the border and drag.
Okay.
No, look where you are. Look where you are.
And say,
I'm gonna show you here again. I'm gonna show you here. The one that you want to move. So let's say it's this one, electricity. I click the border, whoops. I click the border. And I drag, oh, no. I click the, oops. I click the border, so now you see it's selected. Now I will drag and move it. See? You drag and you move the one that you want to move. That's why I was asking you which one of these you wanted to move. You have to click on the border. Okay. Any questions about charts? Move my rent to, put the rent over there. And you can even resize them. Okay, so we're moving on. If there are no other questions about charts, we are moving on. Okay, we are on page 28. On page 28. We are on page 28. Okay. Page 28.
Okay,
No,
Senator.
Elizabeth, yeah, and Delia. Okay,
Ah.
this is not, I don't know.
Miss
what-
Yolanda?
Yes. Yes, oh, no, Christina was asking me who was on Zoom. Here we go.
Okay, hi, Christina.
Hi, Delia.
Okay, so we are on page 29.
It doesn't mean-
Okay, who would like to read the page?
Managing costs. Managing a worksheet. Cuts, copy and paste functions slightly different than they do in words. In Excel, you do not need to select the data in order to copy or cut.
1 second. So you don't have to select the data like you do in Word, right? In Word, you click and drag, or you double click on it, right? Continue.
In Excel, you do not need to select the data in order to cut or to copy or cut. All you have to do is click on the cell you want to copy or cut. Unless you want to copy or cut part of what is in the cell, you do need to select a range. However, whatever you copy or cut will be placed in the clipboard until you choose to paste it. The clipboard works the same as it does in Word.
Okay, so to select a cell, you click once on the cell, right?
Yes.
Select a range, you click in the middle of the cell and drag and select the cells that you want to select. But however, if there is something inside of the cell that you need to select, let's say you want to make it bold or italic, you can double click in the cell and then select. Yeah. Continue.
When you copy in Excel, the cells or range changes to display a
Neon.
neon green border that circles around the cell or range. Once you paste the selection, you should press the escape key so that the neon border will disappear.
Okay, 1 second, let me show you. So if I select this range and I copy, see the neon going around, right? And if
That's the neon sign.
if you paste it here, the neon continues. So you have to press the escape key, right? You press the You press the escape key and it stops the neon. Okay, let me undo that. Okay, continue.
When you cut in Excel, the cell or range also changes to display a neon green border that circles around the cell or range. When you paste the selection and neon disappear, and the selections without neon appear where you have chosen to paste.
Okay, so it says here that, that once you paste, the neon disappears, but you saw that once we paste, the neon kept going. Okay, continue.
Pasting offers way more options in Excel than it does in Word. There are 3 sections in paste option area. There is paste value, and other paste options. You can see a preview of what the paste options will look like by placing the insertion point where you intend to paste and move your mouse cursor over each of the paste options. See the paste option below.
Okay. So,
So,
yes,
the neon spot.
huh? Escape, yeah,
So, check
the escape key, ESC, yes. Okay, so let's go to our worksheet. And let's copy something. So select anything. If you want to select this range, go ahead and select it and then copy. Whichever way you like to copy, copy. Now the paste becomes available, right? So remember, paste has 2 parts. It has the default at the top where the picture of the clipboard and the page is, right? That's the default paste. And it has the bottom part. Remember in Word, sometimes you had 3, sometimes 2, sometimes 4 paste options.
Yes.
Well, this is Excel.
So after selecting, what will I press? Paste.
The bottom part of copy, you have to copy first.
Okay. Okay. I can see the word.
And then you can see the bottom part of paste, right? A whole bunch of paste options. Okay. Who'd like to continue reading? Oh, no, wait, before we continue, let's see. Okay. So first, this is what we just looked at, right? That's the paste options in Excel. There are 3 sections. There's the paste section, there's the paste values section, and then there's the other paste options section. So this here gives us, you have to make it bigger in order to see all of them. So in the paste section, we have paste, that's that first one, and that's the default. So if you click the top part of the paste command in the clipboard group, that's what you're clicking, this one.
Okay.
Then you have formulas. You have formula and number formatting. You have keep source formatting. Then you have no borders. And then you have keep source column widths. You have transpose. And then in the second section, paste values, you have values and number formatting, and you have values and source formatting. Everyone remembers the difference between the source and destination. Remember the source and destination? So source is where it comes from. Destination is where it's going. Okay. And then the last section, other paste options, you have formatting, you have paste link, you have picture, and you have linked picture. Okay. Now on page 30, you have the sections here on the left in the dark blue or light blue or whatever. On the left, you have the sections, right? The paste values and the other paste options. And these are the names of all of the paste options in those sections. Okay, so let's go to our worksheet. Let's set up our worksheet for tomorrow. Our worksheet. Okay, so we are going to select, wait, let me change the monetary format. It is getting on my nerves too, the dollars. Okay, I'm changing my monetary back to dollars. Okay, so we're going to select. Oh, before we do that, okay, so we're gonna select A3 through F as in Frank, 10. So A3 through F as in Frank, 10. And then you're gonna copy.
Right?
A3 to F as in Frank, 10. Yes, copy.
First copy, right?
Okay, and now we're gonna create a new worksheet. A new worksheet. And we're gonna rename it. Pasting.
Yes.
1 second, let me write it down. We're going to name it pasting. Don't forget to finalize and add a color, a tab color. Finalize and add a tab color. Okay, so what color?
So how they follow, how we,
Right click on the tab.
correctly. Follow. Not follow.
And then in B3, in the new pasting worksheet, select B2. we're gonna go to the clipboard group and click the top part of the paste command. The top part of the paste command. You can see we have,
Hold on. And then B2, right? B2. Okay, let's B2 case, right? I got it. Thank you.
okay, so you can see you have the pound signs, right? So we have to resize some columns. We're gonna resize all of them at the same time, okay? So we're gonna resize column A as well. So, huh?
Can you say that?
You got it pasted, all right? We pasted? Okay, so now we're gonna resize column. Okay, so we're gonna resize column A through column G. But we're going to select them first and then resize them. So where do you put your mouse pointer to select a column? On the letter. So you put your mouse pointer on letter A and you get the column selector cursor, right? Everyone? Okay, so listen first and then you're gonna do it. You're gonna click, hold your click and drag all the way to column G. Okay? So now click, hold your click and drag all the way to column G. And we're going to resize, put your mouse pointer on the dividing line between column F and column G. You see that line? Put it right there on the line. Don't put it at the top. Don't put it at the bottom. Don't put it on the left. Don't put it on the right, because you see it changes very easily. So put it right there in the middle of the dividing line. And we're going to resize to 15, 1-5. So go ahead, drag until you get to 15. There we go. So let's click in cell A2. Cell A2. And we're going to type default. 1 second. We're gonna type default paste. Default paste. Okay. Okay. Default paste. We're gonna finalize with Control Enter. And we're gonna format, right? We're gonna Don't increase the font size. You can change the font to a different font. Okay, add a font color. Add a border. The outside border is good. And if you want to add a fill color, you can do that also.
Is that, change, font?
Change the font. Do not increase the font size. Change the font. You want to make it bold, go ahead and make it bold. Add a border. So thick outside border. Change the font color and add fill color. So let's select A2,
Which one is fill?
A2 through A7. I'm sorry, A8, no, A9. Select A2 through A9. We're gonna go to the alignment group on the home tab, the alignment group,
Just select what?
and we're gonna click merge and center. Click merge and center,
Is it language or public?
merge and center, and then look for orientation. Look for orientation. Look for orientation, look for it. You put your mouse pointer on each one until you get to orientation. Click orientation. I like the first one. Maybe this one. Choose whichever one you like. Once you default page, you can vertically align, middle align, vertical, there to get it in the middle. Okay.
Then click on,
So tomorrow we are going to do the other paste options, and we're gonna look at how what they look like. Okay? Did you see those in Word? Okay, then, so, have a good day. If you haven't checked your grade report, please read it, check it, make sure that everything on there is correct. Because I don't want the last day of class, you come to me and like, I didn't apply, I mean, I didn't want this class, why did you put me in this class? Or my ESL level is not like that. Check it now. The grade report and uh-huh.
And there is none, I think, for either. So, you know. I think participation guide is like,
Ms. Yolanda,
Yes,
can I get a reminder again, please, on how, you selected,
share your screen.
um,
See you tomorrow, Yolanda.
See you tomorrow. Have a good day.
And to you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how, like, you selected, you know how you selected column A on the previous sheet? And then it was selected, and then how you selected another column, but without deselecting this one? I forgot how to do it. I had
Need
first time.
asynchronous? No, not asynchronous, non-contiguous, non-contiguous. So select B2 through B8. B2 to B8, B2 to B8, okay?
Uh-huh.
Then now you're going to press and hold the control key and then select G3 through G8, G3 through G8. That's how you do it.
Okay, I tried doing it, but it didn't work, so I wasn't able to do the pie chart. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I know you said that word, but I couldn't remember how we did it. Okay, I got it. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a
Have
good
a
day.
good day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.